Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Wind Waker. In the last episode, we completed the trading sequence and got the magic armor, complete with angry face. This week, this episode, we have one more... Oh, I think I just bounced off the King of Red Lions' head. That was amusing. This week, we have one more thing to do before we head off and use our Master Sword that we obtained also, 2 episodes ago now, to challenge Ganondorf. So, where we need to go is walk to the Forest Haven and head inside. Now, inside, well, firstly I'll tell you what we're doing here. Throughout the quest so far, you will have noticed, I point them out every time, there's various Koroks on various islands throughout the Great Sea. Each one of them is with a withered tree, which when I've spoken to them has said the tree is withering when it should be growing and flourishing, and could we bring them water from the Forest Haven? So, without further ado... You filled your bottle with forest water. You built your fottle, I nearly said. You can use it multiple times but it loses its forest freshness after just 30 minutes. After that, it becomes normal water. And we get a nice timer in the top right. Was the moment we leave the Forest Haven, it starts counting down. So, there are 8 withered Korok tree things in total, and we need to get to all 8 of them within 30 minutes. This is so much easier than it was on the Wind Waker. Non-HD version. On the original version, you only had 20 minutes and you didn't have the swift sail, so it was definitely a lot more challenging. But there is a very specific way of doing it which guarantees you having ages of time to do it. So first thing first, we head over this way to east to Cliff Plateau Isles. Now, we've been to the Cliff Plateau Isles before, so that actually kind of speeds the process up a bit, because we have to, if you recall, there was a little dungeon we have to make our way through, but the fact that we've already defeated some of the obstacles in there means this is much quicker. This one is, though, of all of them, this is the one that takes the longest once you're on the actual island, so that's why I prefer to start with this one, and because it's right next to the Forest Haven as well, so can't go wrong with that. So what we need to do is head through this weird bit again, if you recall, where there's all sorts of these weird floaty things that never occur anywhere else in the damn game. So, climb up there, go over here, then come up there, and jump forwards, and climb up there. I don't really need to narrate exactly what I'm doing in this sense, but I'm doing it one-handed, because I was fiddling with some stuff on my computer with the other hand. So, anyway, ignore me, we come around the side here. There's Bokobab there, we can ignore. Oh no, we can't, he's not ignoring us. And then we kill this one. This one actually needs to die, and when it dies, it turns into, if you recall, a Baba Bud thing. Whatever these were called. Boko Bud, Baba, who knows. And then we can jump across and glide over there to where we need to be. And head up. Now, up here is our first Korok. Let's water the tree. And just like that, it starts to rouse itself. So that's number 1 done, but while we're here, gonna take a photo of this guy as well. This is Aldo. All of the Koroks have a description, but they're all exactly the same apart from a few tiny changes. They all go down the general thing of, after the annual ceremony in the Forest Haven, blank Korok flies off to a distant part of the Great Sea to sow tree seeds, this is like a Dr. Seuss book, and raise new patches of forest. He's responsible for an island, blah 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 blah, of the Forest Haven. Tells you direction, so this one he's responsible for the forest on an island 1 square east of the Forest Haven. This is Aldo. So, that's 1 down. Now what we do is get back in the boats, and then we warp, using the Ballad of Gales, to Southern Fairy Island, and then from there sail west to Shark Island. And we're approaching Shark Island just as night falls. This one is, you can see him right there, just up to the right next to where we need to be. I said right way too many times there. Of course, like the thing said, you can use the forest water unlimited amount of times within the 30 minutes, well, 26 minutes now. So let's water this tree and watch it get erect. Sounds grim, but it's technically what happens. See? Told you. And while we're here as well, take a picture of another Korok, this one being Urch, which has exactly the same description as Aldo did. Except for a slightly different location, and it says Urch instead of Aldo. But now, we can just, the next one is an island we can walk warp straight to, it is a Great Fish Isle, and that's not only where we're warping to, but also that's just where the next one is, which is awesome. Now, when you warp to Great Fish, you'll be straight facing in front of this large spiral island. We've been here before, because this was where we used the Deku Leaf to glide onto the main island and collect a heart piece there, so we've already been up the awesome spiral path. But at the top of the spiral path, as well, you will remember, if you cast your mind all the way back and have a good memory as well, there is another withered tree up here. So, this one is... nope, that's completely wrong. This one is protected by... Linda! Hooray! Let's water it for him. Bloop, 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 bloop. Boink! And that's 3 down. So now we head back to the boat. You can see how this is going. And this time we are not warping anywhere. We are just sailing straight southwest from here to Needle Rock Isle. Now, upon arriving at Needle Rock Isle, you want to head right to this far end of it, where there was a treasure chest, actually, the treasure chest that was surrounded by flame, and was revealed when we did that silly thing with the seagull, where we had to go and hit the thing all the way at the top of the island. That's what I like about this quest. It's being a nice little kind of nostalgia tour as well of, oh, here are various things we've got around the place. Actually, there's a bloody cargo up at my anus right now. But here we come across Elmer, our 4th Korok, and Elmer's withered tree, which we shall water. You can see how this is going by now. But this one is interesting. This one's a slightly reddish one, and that marks halfway to us, which is cool. So now, back to the ship, and this time we are going to warp to the Tower of the Gods, and then sail due south from there to what previously was the private oasis, but is now the Doctor's Oasis. Hells to the yes. So, when you arrive at the Doctor's Oasis, simply pull up here, and last time we were here, we saw a rude butler who's actually really nice to us now. I'm not going to show it now because we're currently being timed, but now he's nice to us because we are the master of the cabin, because we got the Cabana deed from Miss Marie. But if you come over to this side, then we find... dun da da da! Drona! Nope, that's a crap picture apparently, probably because we're taking a picture of Drona from a weird angle. We find... dun da da da! Drona! And her watered tree, so let's wither it. Nope, her withered tree, so let's water it. Nice one there, Doctor. Really, really impressive stuff. So with that one ready, we now, once again, even though it's odd that we've just come back from there, but I assure you this is the quickest way of doing it, we warp back to the Tower of the Gods, then just sail due north from there to Eastern Fairy Island. Here's something cool that I only really noticed when I was doing the research for this LP. All 8 of these little Koroks, all have names that seem kind of weird, but when you think about it, they are all just kind of bastardized names of real trees. Like for this one, for example, is Olivio, which comes from olive. Then there's kind of Oldo from alder, Urch from birch, Linda from linden, Elmer from elm. Drona is the only one I don't know. I don't get what that's from. But then Rowan is Rowan, and Oakin, the final one. Should be obvious, but hey, if anyone knows what that tree comes from, do let me know. But in the meantime, we are going to warp to Tingle Island and sail northwest from there to Mother and Child Isles. You can technically warp straight to Mother and Child Isles, but that won't work for this. Why? Wait for 2 episodes' time, then I'll explain. Now here, at the Child Island of Mother and Child Isles, where the third Wandering Merchant was last episode, we find another Korok. This one is Rowan, or Roan actually, technically I think that is, and we will water his. 1 more to go now, and there is, wait for it, boing! Yeah. There is no need to warp for this next one, we can simply sail due north from here, and we get to Star Island. Now, on Star Island, as you'll have guessed, it's fairly easy, once again, to get to the Korok. The only Korok you really have to make any effort to get to is the one on Cliff Plateau Isles. This one is our final Korok. This is Oakin. So with that, let's water his tree. There are many reasons why I finished on this island. It's one of the most efficient ways to do it, but also, well, you'll see shortly, when you water the final one, having watered all 5, they grow into a full-size tree, and I really like the location of the tree on this one because it's right in the centre of Star Island, which is cool. But whichever one you finish on grows into a full tree like that, and they all have now, so we'll see them at some point throughout the quest. And we now get a piece of heart for our effort, which completes a heart container for us, which is awesome. And now, fortunately as well, we're right where we need to be, because we have the Master Sword. It is now time to take on Ganondorf, and if you look over there, you will see the Forsaken Fortress that we're right next to. So let's sail on over there. Just one square to the west. Also worth noting, as you approach the Forsaken Fortress, instantly, night falls. So yeah, Ganon had some kind of curse that cursed the world to eternal night. That curse was broken by Gemon's Pearl, but still that power is in effect around the Forsaken Fortress. He also has a rather unique power, this always seems to be the case in both the original and the remake, that he has cursed the area around the Forsaken Fortress to have a low frame rate. So that kind of sucks, you know, it's kind of juddery around here. I think it's partly because the frame rate judders when screen judders when cannons fire, which makes it look like a crap frame rate. But either way, Treasure Chart 25 turns up here, so because I'm talking, might as well show it. It's not anything special, it's just another silver rupee. But hey, good to have, and since we're here, thought I'd grab it, and I couldn't really do it off screen easily. So there's still a Georg following me, that's weird. Either way, we're being shot to shit, but what we need to do is just bust in here, which we use our bombs for. Nice and straightforward. Can I put the cannon away? Nope, apparently I can't. There we go, I can. Nuts, the salvage arm, definitely don't want that. So now, we are right where we came into the Forsaken Fortress the first time. All that time ago, we landed here after being catapulted in by the pirates. Ganon has likely been made aware of our little incursion already. But you have the Master Sword. That sword shall shine in the darkness, casting back evil. With it in your hands, none can keep you from rescuing your sister. Do not be afraid. And likewise, like he says, we are not going to be afraid. We're going to go up to the central courtyard and... Ah, come on, damn it, game. Work with me this once, please. Come on. I think I have to be spotted by a searchlight, maybe. I don't know. There we go. Oh, yes. One of the coolest looking characters in the game, I think this one is. Okay, let's just avoid that for now, and he's going to be proved difficult to get a pictograph of, because the damn thing teleports everywhere. This is... Okay, that's a kind of a weird action shot, but yes, this is Phantom Ganon. This is the Phantom that Ganondorf created in his own likeness. Use your sword to knock back the balls of magic that he hurls, and then attack him when he's stunned. Like... so! When he's on the ground, stab him up. You can also, and this is mentioned on the trophy, it says, actually, you can use empty bottles to deflect his magic attacks. Also, you can do that! It didn't quite work there, but sometimes he appears right next to you and tries to stab you. You can parry him quickly enough and actually stun him. You can use empty bottles, but I don't actually have any on me at the moment, I don't think. Oh, give me a sec. Nope, don't have any empty bottles. That's a shame, but it's cool. There's always, in all these kind of deadly tennis game of tennis things that Nintendo puts in all their games, in all the Zelda ones, there's always some kind of outlandish thing you could use to repel it back. Like, you can use the bug net against a Ganon in Link to the Past. In this, you can use the empty bottle. It's become kind of a running joke of Nintendo's, and they're very much aware of it, which is great. But you just bounce it back and forth, and it's cool, and the music changes pitch, which is really cool as it bounces. And eventually, he'll fuck up. It's really, like, it's very forgiving, so you'll never really screw it up. And just like that, he's down. One of the easiest bosses in the game. Ha! No, he's not dead. Of course he's not. He's just leaving for now. But either way... that unlocks. And that unlocks. And... a chest appears with one of the most unique items in this game in. Behold. Damn, I heard some bloody mini blins there as well. Little bastards. You got the Skull Hammer! Set it to a button and use it. This mighty hammer can break things and pound obstacles into the ground. Some enemies even get stunned by the shockwaves it causes when you hit the ground with it. And... it's huge. And... can crush mini blins in one with a hilarious sound. They die in one hit anyway, but it's the fact they go wah when they're hit, which always amuses me. These pegs can also be pounded into the ground by the Skull Hammer. Now what we need to do is proceed to the top of the fortress, because we know exactly where our sister is being kept. This time there's no prison or anything like that, because we're very, very heavily armed. So we just proceed through here. There are still moblins and stuff around, but they're not really any challenge for us at all. Think how scared we were back at the beginning when we were like, oh my god, it's a moblin, run and hide, whereas now... watch this. Bam. Oh no, I was supposed to kill him in one. There we go. Here there's no lantern this time, so you have to glide across briefly, but that's fine. And then we crush that. And then proceed. There are a couple of these, if you've been very attentive, there are a couple of those pegs around the world that we've come across already, which mean that now we've got the Skull Hammer. Even more areas of the Great Sea are open to us, so that's pretty pimp. Now, if we come through here, we are... Nope, we're not. I lied. If we come through here, now we're pretty much going to be in the room underneath the tower. Nope. Man, I don't know this dungeon very well, do I, as well? That thing, also interestingly, that statue is alive! And will attempt to laser you if you get near it. There we go. Never fails to make me jump if I'm not expecting that thing. But you can just walk past it. It's not really that threatening a thing. So now it's this room again, which was a bugger on stealth, but hey, no need. Oh look, there's a moblin. Let's just run past him. Can't even be bothered to engage the damn fool. And head through here. Now moving up here. We rolled. I don't know. I'm still... Oh, I think... I've discussed this before in various games, whether rolling actually is faster or slower. I think in this one it generally does give you a bit of a boost. You'll also notice we are now capable of killing moblins and mini-blins in one hit, because the Master Sword is a lot more powerful than the Hero's Sword, which is cool. Stab. Stab. You have the Skull Hammer for killing them, but hell, this thing works just as well. Now we get to... These need crushing again, splat. And we can sidle across the side here. We didn't bother disabling the searchlights this time. I think you can. I think there is still a Bokoblin running them, and you are still totally capable of disabling them like we did before. But there's not really any point, because, yeah, you can see a Bokoblin just running him down there. I wonder, if we hit the Bokoblin and kill him, does the searchlight stop? I don't actually know here, because you never need to turn them off. So let's see. Depends if I can actually hit the damn Bokoblin as well. Which I don't think I can. No, I suck at this, apparently. Come on, man. Oop. One down. Oh, that's my last arrow. Okay, well, we'll never know the answer to that then. So let's just sidle along this next bit. Cannons, you can hear are shooting at me. They never really do. Oh, of course that bloody happens. I was going to say, oh, they never do much to hit you. Apparently they do. Well, now we know. I've literally never had that happen before in my life. Of course it happens while I'm recording. This game, I'm telling you, it knows. It knows, damn it! Oh, this is going to be infuriating. Maybe that's why you should turn the damn searchlights off. Though, this actually means I get a chance to actually show off something slightly cooler. Because, never mind sidling, we have a grappling hook now. So we can just fly across the old school way. Whee! That was way more fun. Some more mini-villains up here, and a switch, which we hit with the Skull Hammer. Killing a mini-blin, and that unlocks that door, even though you can't see because the camera's gone behind the Skull Hammer. But that room, if you remember, is where Ariel is being held prisoner. But we're not going there this episode, I'm afraid. We're going to have to wait for the next episode because it's been like 18 minutes. So that's something to look forward to next episode. Thank you very much for watching this mini-blin beating episode of The Wind Waker. I've been the Doctor with the Infamous Gentleman, and this has been The Wind Waker. Next week, we go through this door. Well, we go through it now, but you'll find out what's behind it next week. Thank you very much, and good day.